And tell me your story.
All right, I have lived in this district for 8 to 9 years and voted in nearly every election. Now, this last year they switched the voting area from a firehouse over to here, and I voted here during the primary with no problem. Well, I came in today and I had proof of address along with my driver's license, and the paper said that I wasn't allowed to sign the sheet and I must submit a provisional ballot, because apparently the Board of Elections has been sending mail to me that's been getting returned. And I have an example of a letter from the Board of Elections that was sent to my house and not returned. Now, what I suspect happened was about a year and a half ago, I had a problem with my mail delivery service. The mail piled up and the mailman decided that he was going to make a point, so he put a little slip saying I didn't live there anymore. So I resolved that with the post office. This has been a year and a half ago. And upon resolving that, I noticed that I was getting half of my mail. My electric bill would come, but my car payment bill would not. After calling Toyota Financial Services 3 months in a row and having them a little upset that I kept calling them, I called the post office. They said everything is okay. So I spoke with my mailman as he came out, and he said everything was okay until I showed him a letter from the Board of Elections stating that they, according to their records, that I wasn't living there. So needless to say, and this was around September, I called the Board of Elections and they said that everything was legitimate. The post office has resolved the issue. However, when I came here to vote today, apparently they claim that some mail has not been getting, that's been getting returned that they've sent to me, even though I have this, an invite to vote by mail that did get, received by myself. Last week I checked the website twice just to make sure I was eligible to vote, because I wanted to make sure everything was cleared up. And I would also comment that this all happened, the incident with the mail, before the primary, and I voted at this location for the primary without incident. This is a new situation. And so I would like to not use a provisional ballot, because I want this to be counted as quickly as possible so the election is more decisive. And I understand in some cases provisional ballots aren't counted. So I definitely would like to do my part and wait here as long as possible to see if I can vote via machine.
How did you feel when they told you that you were pre-marked and you had to vote provisional?
Shocked, surprised, and perhaps a bit disenfranchised.
And what time did you get here today?
5:45.
And did you vote at this location in 2004, or was it at the firehouse?
No, it was at the fire station. I voted at this location for the primaries.
Okay. Can I get can I see that letter? I just want to get a close-up of it. If you don't mind. Have you heard of what's called a caging letter? It's a similar thing where they...
Yes, and that's what made me very suspicious of the provisional situation, because I remember 2004 and 2000, and that's not going to happen to my vote if I can prevent it.
All right, great. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, except that when I did call the elections office a year ago about the post office situation, I used the specific word caging. I asked the lady, I'm not being caged, am I? And she says, no. Everything is fine.
Wow. All right, great. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
And we can't track him down. Go ahead.
There was an additional gentleman who had the very same situation, who believed he was registered to vote and was marked down as a provisional ballot only.
And
an older African American gentleman.
Oh, this guy knows how to get things done.
So tell me what just happened.
He just got a call, and he was informed to treat people in Code 3 status as regular voters. I may now go vote.
That's great. And who ultimately do you think got that done?
You guys.
All right.
Undoubtedly.
All right.
Undoubtedly. Thank you.
And was this the same guy that just changed his attitude from before, or was this a new person?
This guy has been trying to help, but he's been very busy and his hands have been tied. And I don't know if he's been cloaking inaction in bureaucracy or genuinely trying to help. I can't make that assessment. But before he said you could just try calling and get a bunch of bureaucracy and or a bunch of phone menus, and made it seem helpless. But so now I go in the line and see if the poll workers have been informed of that or not.
Yeah.
The next hurdle.
And what would you say to other people that might find themselves in a similar situation and being pressured into voting provisional?
Stand their ground and get help.